Hi guys, and welcome back to the Family Fudge. Today is a rainy and stormy day. We're between that time of we've finished our school, but it's not quite time for dinner yet. So I thought I would make this video. And today I'm going to be doing the YouTube mommy tag. But I do have to say, because it's rainy and stormy outside, I've got all of my kids watching a movie in the next room, and they're pretty loud. So if you hear them, sorry.
The Family Fudge, the Family Fudge. They are mostly sweet but full of nuts.
Now I learned about this tag from Michelle over at A Common Life. Definitely check out her channel if you haven't already. She's another fun homeschooling YouTube mom and her channel is awesome. So I got these questions from her. I will go ahead and link her video down below if you want to check that out. So this is my second tag that I've ever done on this channel. I had a lot of fun doing the husband tag, and so I thought, well, I would give this one a try too. And if you want to check out that husband tag, I'll go ahead and link that below too. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so this tag has 30 questions, so I'll try to speed along as much as I can, but I'm kind of a talker. You probably know that already. Question number, I'm gonna have to read this off my phone because my printer died. Question number 1. What is the last movie you saw that made you cry? Moana. If you guys haven't seen Moana, I don't want to ruin it for you, but there's a moment between her and her grandmother. Yeah, it's a tearjerker. Number 2, what is your favorite thing to do when you have a couple of hours to yourself? Sleep. Always catch up on sleep, that would be nice. What is your favorite breakfast food? I like spicy breakfast burritos, but I don't make them very often because they're not quick and easy. Next question. What are the top 3 home repairs you would like to see done if money was no object? Number 1, I would change our kitchen countertops. My husband and I, we tried to DIY that, and it didn't turn out the best. It's okay, it works just fine, but it's not the most professional job. Then I would probably get new windows for the entire house, some more energy efficient windows, and maybe a room addition so that each of the kids could have their own room. Next question. What is your favorite baby name that you've never used? I really like the name Molly. If Griffin had been a girl, the name would have been Molly. But there's still a question mark whether or not we'll have any more or not. So I'm calling dibs on the name Molly right now, just in case. Next question. What is your favorite store to shop in? Probably Hobby Lobby. You might be surprised I'm not saying Michael's, but I'm going to say Hobby Lobby because not only do they have home decor and crafty things, but they also have fabric. And occasionally I like to sew. I don't sew very well, but I do like their fabric there. Okay, next question. If you could spend a day doing whatever you wanted, what would you do? I would spend the day with my husband, so doing something quiet and fun and have some yummy food. That's what I would do. Next question. How did you meet your husband? So we kind of went over that quite a lot in the husband tag video, so definitely check that out. I'll link it below. But I'll go into a little bit more detail. I did say that we met online, but technically it was a singles dating website that we both had a profile on. But come to find out, we grew up right next to each other. So I lived in one town and he lived in the town right next to me. So next question. What was your favorite family vacation, either recently or when you were a kid? Well, we've been on a lot of interesting adventures, but one that sticks out in my mind is when we went to Washington, D.C. Mackenzie was just 3 months old. We only had one child at the time, and my husband was traveling to D.C. for work, and Mackenzie and we got to go with him. So we got to see some sights in Washington, D.C. We also visited Hershey, Pennsylvania, and stayed in the Amish country, and that was actually really fun. Next question. Name 3 things that you do well. I think I use my curling iron pretty well. I don't know, what do you think? I like to plan trips very well, like vacations. I actually was a travel marketing major, and so travel agent type work is very interesting to me, planning trips and stuff. And I like to organize things, and I think I do it well. I just fall short on the keeping it up part. Okay, next question. Name 3 toiletries or makeup items you could not live without. Number 1, probably hairspray. I love my hairspray. I go through a lot of hairspray, but then I have a lot of hair. And then my purple shampoo. I do love my purple shampoo to keep the brassiness out of my hair. And then probably my foundation. If there was one thing that I always put on before I go out the door, it's probably foundation. Name your favorite thing about each of your children. So we'll start with Mackenzie. She's the oldest. That girl is a brainiac, and she remembers a lot of stuff. She almost has like a photographic memory. So that is pretty cool. Jackson is really good at building things and fixing things, and I think he must get that from his dad. Lily is spunky and silly, and she has the ability to make me smile and get angry all at the same time. And then Griffin, he's my little baby. He's so sweet and cuddly and snuggly, but he's growing up too fast, you guys. Next question. What was your first job? So I actually didn't have a regular job until I was out of high school, but my first job was working as a cashier at Krispy Kreme Donuts. And so I started as a cashier and worked my way all the way up to management. Okay, this next question is, what are your hidden talents? And I have to think about that one because I keep them pretty hidden, but I can read and write Japanese. I took Japanese lessons and I lived in Japan. My conversational skills are not very great, but I can read it and I can write it. I can speak it a little bit. So, Nihongo wa amari hanasemasen. Next question. How long did you date your husband before you got engaged? 3 weeks. That's true. 3 weeks. What are your top 3 favorite TV shows? Now, we don't have cable TV or satellite, so I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Although we do have Netflix, and one of the shows that I watch regularly on there might be surprising to you because it's kind of a violent show, but it's called Blacklist, and I really like that one. It's kind of like suspenseful, and yeah, it's a good show. But there is blood in that show. The next one says, what is the bravest thing you've ever done? And I'd probably say that my first home birth was probably the bravest thing because, you know, I was prepared and I had the proper team in place and the healthcare providers to help me, but I'd never had a baby at all before, and so I think I was pretty brave. I mean, it worked out just fine. Next question. Where were you 3 hours ago? 3 hours ago, I was still here. Like I said, it's rainy and stormy outside today, so I don't really have plans to go anywhere. But I think about 3 hours ago, I was on Amazon buying a new book by the Fly Lady. I'm really interested in her zone cleaning thing, and I want to know more about that. So I was ordering that book. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read that book. Something about a kitchen sink. Okay, next question. What is one thing on your winter, spring, summer, fall bucket list? So, I'll just tell you my winter one. I would really like to visit the ice castles in Midway, Utah. I've never been, but I've seen pictures and it looks cool. I'll pop up a picture here if I can find one. But they're in Utah, and it looks really cool. I'd like to visit that. The next question is, do you meal plan, and what is one weekly staple? I do meal plan. I don't do it every week as I probably should, but a staple would be some kind of tacos, whether it's taco soup, soft tacos, crunchy tacos, taco salad. I love all that kind of stuff, and my kids will eat it, usually. So tacos. Next question. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? I wanted to work at Disneyland. I wanted to be one of the princesses at Disneyland. I know that sounds super like cheesy little girl dream, but that was what I wanted to do. Next question. Would you rather travel 50 years into the future or 50 years into the past? I would say 50 years into the past, because 50 years into the future might be scary. Okay, next question. What has been your best ever Halloween costume? I don't know, I've been in a lot of different things, but I think about 2 years ago I dressed up as Clary from the book series Mortal Instruments. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read those books, the Mortal Instruments books. But yeah, I dressed up as Clary, so I had like the red hair and the black sort of Shadowhunters gear. It was pretty interesting for me. Next question. Are you a night owl or an early bird? I'm definitely a night owl. I would like to try to be an early bird, but honestly, I don't think it's gonna happen. Definitely a night owl. Next question. If you're having guests over, what is your favorite go-to dish to serve? Usually when I have guests over, if it's not a birthday, if I'm having family over, we do potluck. And that is nice because it's easy and people bring what they like to share. And usually when it's a potluck, I'm in charge of desserts. So I make the desserts. Next question. Are you messy, neat, or somewhere in between? I guess somewhere in between. I have areas of my house that are messy and some that are neat. And depends on what time of day it is and what we have going on. It varies. Next question. What is one thing you desperately need to do but have been putting off? I think I've been putting off creating a routine and a schedule. I'm kind of scared of schedules, okay? I like the routines of we do this on certain days, but the aspect of like, okay, it's 9 o'clock, I have to do this, it's 10 o'clock, I have to do that, that sort of scares me a lot. So I want to get better at making a routine that I can stick to for like cleaning and laundry and just household things, but I want it to be realistic so that I can stick to it. So far, I haven't been doing that very well. Like I said, I just ordered that book from the Fly Lady, and hopefully her zone cleaning system will work out. I'll let you know. Okay, last question. Oh, that was a lot of questions. I hope this isn't dragging on forever. But the last question is, name 5 YouTube moms you think everybody should be watching. Well, I quite often talk about my 2 favorites, but I will talk about them again. I watch a lot of channels, you guys, and I watch a wide variety of topics and styles of videos, but for mom videos, I really like ones that are either encourage me or help me learn something. And so here's probably 5 of my favorites. Number 1, I enjoy Moss Family TV. Hi, Fallon. They are, and I will go ahead and link all of these channels below if you want to check them out. But number 1, Moss Family TV. They are a sweet, cute family from the South, and I love their accents, you guys. They are so cute and sweet and very encouraging. Also, they have a family band, and they sound awesome. My next one would probably be Kimmy at She's In Her Apron, and she is so full of ideas and also a lot of encouragement as well. I kind of feel like Kimmy is where I'd like to be in a couple of years. She has a lot of similar goals as I do, but she's her kids are a little bit older, so when my kids are as old as hers, I'd like to have my stuff, have it together like she does. Okay, next I have Jamerrill over at, she used to be at the Encouraging Homeschool Mom channel, but I think recently they changed it over to the Large Family Table. And she's another homeschooling mom with a ton of kids, and she does really large grocery hauls, and she is really sweet and patient. So I like her channel. And then I recently connected with Noreen from Noreen's kitchen, and she was so nice, and she has awesome recipes. I think she specializes in real food for real people. So yeah, definitely check out her recipes. Mine are good, hers are great. And then last, I really like Jordan Page from FunCheapOrFree, and she runs some websites, but basically her thing is that she's a mom and she's into the budgeting. So how to save money, how to have fun on a budget, and things like that. So definitely all those things I'm interested in, so definitely check out those channels. Anyway, guys, I hope that didn't run on forever, and hopefully you learned some new and interesting things about me. If you would like to do this tag, I will put the questions down below. I would love to hear your responses to these questions. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.